Hi everyone and welcome back to Ships at Sea. It's been a while and what I want to look at today is the new public beta version 0.8.4. Quick caveat, as always, this is a public test build so we can expect lots of bugs and glitches etc. But I'd show you the main features. So start off, new map. So if we zoom in on here, we can see it looks like a much more of a top-down satellite version map. It's quite hard to scroll around it. It doesn't actually scroll very well. And what it looks like they're trying to do is develop a harbour. I can see a new fuel area there. So this area could be developed into large port, which would be good if they're bringing in the larger container ships. Um, I'll zoom out as much as I can and said it's not. These scroll keys don't work. That should be scrolling right, that should be scrolling left and up and down, but it's kind of, it's a little bit janky at the moment, but that's okay. I'm sure that'll be sorted out. As a result of bringing the new map, they've refunded all of our fish farms and just given us some money back for that, and all ships were reset to Rost. These lighthouse missions have now become active, so I believe what that means is the lighthouse will eventually break down. I don't know if you have to be in a service ship to see that happen, but then you will head out and do the light bulbs and the breakers as we saw. Other things, you can now enter the buildings, so it's a small feature, but still adds to a little bit of immersion. We can walk around, but if you want to buy things, you still enter as normally. From the fishing side of things, we can see now they have a price. Now, I'm hoping that will vary from port to port, so it'll pay to travel to sell your catch. There are some other little bits of improvement on the fishing, such as the fish box info. Before you unload it, will show you the weight and what type of fish is in it. Obviously, I will probably do a fishing mission at some point, but I might wait until this is more developed. My understanding, unfortunately, is net fishing is still not working, so we live in internal optimism that it will eventually get fixed. Um, so we can buy things like bait, gear, smoke, etc. Now, one thing that has changed, if I can just get back to gear, um, no, I can't get to it now. Let me just come out of that. Um, go to my inventory. If you look, we have a left hand, right hand. At the moment, it doesn't seem my left hand does anything. I'm right handed. Also, with inventory, it's much easier to move things around. If I want to swap things, I can. I can drag and drop, much better than having to assign a number to them. Um, if I want to split things, all I do is right click, I can equip, split, I can put it to a quick slot. So yeah, that's much better. I believe a company in my boat, similar things. I've noticed also looks like my buoys have been sold, so I'll have to buy those buoys back. Um, it's just fine, it's not a problem. Again, what they did is they did refund an amount of money for everything sold. I can't say for sure if that actually works or how much it is, but it's not a massive problem. But I can just buy some more buoys straight away and assign them. So that's fine. So that's the fishing side of things. We go out. This door eventually is supposed to open and close. It was open a moment ago. Oh no, it just opens automatically when I walk up to it. Okay. And closes again. Ah, okay. All right, anyway, they're going to be working on that. Um, what else is there in the harbour? Well, the offices we can move into, so the tool shop. So we're just going to have a quick look at them. I've got the SCOM service boat out. We'll be doing a passenger mission because there's a few interesting features done on that, but I'll go over that when we do the passenger mission. So again, we can enter the tool shop. We can go upstairs if we want. look around. But again, to buy anything, just same as always, just go to the tool shop. Batteries now, you can see everything has a weight. Eventually you'll only be able to carry so much weight, as will your boat. Batteries will be needed for a flashlight. They will eventually run out. Don't know if that second-hand thing will ever work. So maritime service, this has basically replaced the office. So we open that, we go in, there's another door there. Same thing, laptop will give us our missions and enable us to buy crew, which we'll do in a moment. Going upstairs, just some areas to hang around. They are talking about turning this into a sort of a hub for the multiplayer area, so players can gather here almost like a lobby while they're waiting to go out on a mission or go fishing or wait for their crew to assemble, which will be great. They have got a server for the co-op, so it looks like they are developing the co-op further. Well, don't think it's done yet, but what I'm hoping is that you'll be able to just tag into someone's game if they've let anyone join, and you'll be able to just join their mission. They pay you a wage which goes into your bank account effectively. Don't want it to be, at the moment, my understanding is that if you go to join a company, all of your money and your boats become part of that company. If you subsequently leave the company, you only get 50,000, which obviously is no good if you're going to be playing with strangers. Perhaps have a system where the hosts, the server or the host of the server, they can dictate what you can do. So perhaps you can't steer the boat if they don't trust you. You can't withdraw money from their bank. You can't buy or sell things. So that enables strangers to work together, but without having people who would come in and want to ruin each other's game, which unfortunately they're out there. Next big change on my cargo area is the shipyard. When we enter a shipyard, oh, hello, it says enter dry dock. Okay, so we enter the dry dock. You see, it's no longer that warehouse. You still choose your ship through here, and your boat would be put in there. If you want to, you can go outside and have a quick jog down there. It does feel like I've sort of been transported away because there's nothing else around, but again, I'm sure they've built some scenery in. So your boat will be down here. To what degree you will work on your boat or be able to do jobs to it, not sure. There did used to be a jet wash in the warehouse. I can't see that here. There it is. So you can still jet wash the smaller boats. Obviously, I hope they don't remember. They should remember to unplug that and put it back inside before they flood this dry dock. But this is, again, it will allow bigger ships in when we sort of go to the tier 4s. I say tier 4 ships, but they're renaming them class now. So the ship won't be called tier 1, it'll be called a class 1 or class 2. So that's a fairly minor change. A few scenery changes they've talked about, weather. They've talked about doing a marine forecast. That's not implemented yet. The boats, some of the homes will look weathered, some don't. Now, interestingly, I had my SCOM free. As soon as I went into a dry dock, it's reset me to that boat. So I have to go back in and choose my boat again. Hopefully that won't happen every time I go in here. No, cancel that. I do not think a rowboat is what I need to be using right now. Here we go. There it is, SCOM's in there. So now we should go out and it will be, there it is, back out there. Brilliant. Looking at the mooring, again, I don't know if the mechanics of the mooring lines have changed, but if you look at the ropes, they now around tie-offs on there. They actually go through the holes in the boat, so it looks a little bit more detailed again, tied round a fixed post there. I still don't believe you can, yeah, you can't still pull the boat in yet, but again, sure that's going to change. So I've just got a few other notes there. Anything else I want to mention while we're in the harbour? No, the cargo, again, I may do a cargo mission. The warehouses have changed. You can now see what's in other warehouses. So if you're running a hub, especially in multiplayer, you'll be able to work out where all your different cargo is. When you're buying cargo, there'll be a small cargo camera which will show you where the cargo is being deposited, what it looks like, which again might be useful. I believe they're moving the areas of cargo around, so large cargo won't be put here anymore. I have noticed that the exit, the boats have all gone. There used to be boats across there, so there's no boats, so hopefully they'll reintroduce that. Now, bit of an update on the passenger, the Scomcat, because you now have a kiosk which you can now serve food, or you can get a crew member to serve food for you. So we have no food at the moment. I'm not sure where food goes. It goes into storage, but I can become a seller, which may not be practical if I'm actually trying to steer the boat. But if you can get a member of crew, or if you're on autopilot, I guess nothing wrong with that. But before we can do that, we have to go and stock up with food. So my plan is I'm going to go and see if I can stock up on food now. I'm just trying to think where it would be. It's unlikely to be in the tool shop. Let's try. Surely it wouldn't be in the fishery either. I wonder. I'm sure I'll find it. Oh, well, we can always serve up fish bait. Yeah, I don't think we'll be buying anything here. Let's have a quick look in the tool shop. If I can't find it in there, what I'll do is I'll just pause the video, have a little shufty around, see if I can find where you can buy the stuff, and then I'll rejoin you. I will be hiring a crew member because we'll try and see how they cope with the kiosk, and we'll do a passenger mission. The physics of the boats apparently have been improved a little bit, so we'll see how that goes. Again, some people have said there's still a few problems with that. Here's supply. Here we go, supply. So you go to the tool shop supply and we can get stuff. What we got? Apple juice, soda, cheese sandwich, hamburger, pizza sandwich, sun bun. Okay, 5 cheese sandwiches. So what we'll do, let's get some cheese sandwich. Let's get a couple of cartons of grape soda. And let's get cinnamon roll. I have to confirm. Oh, I haven't confirmed, so buy, confirm. And grape. I'm not going to buy too much. Simply, reason is you have to manually load this on the boat by yourself at the moment, and I do not spend the entire video loading stuff up. And again, now it's appeared. I've got to go there. Is that the stuff there? No. Has it already appeared in the storage? Let's have a look. I don't think it will have. Ah, okay. So it's the storage down here. This is obviously the storage area. Now it's laying on a pier somewhere, isn't it? Let's go and have a look, see if we can find it. So obviously this game now has a little bit more competition with the release of Seafarer. I haven't actually got that game. It looks okay. It looks okay though. I've watched a few Let's Play videos on it. The crew system seems a little bit more fleshed out. I like the tugboats, although wouldn't it be good if they had tugboats on this and you could have multiplayer where you can pull in a big container ship and you and your friends have to maneuver together to push it into position. I cannot see where these goodies are. What I'll do is I'll just pause the video, I'll have a look round. I'm not going to spend too long looking for them. If I can't find them, what we'll do is we'll just take the passengers hungry. Okay, here they are. So we have to carry it. Board the boat. And then it says no item to place. I'm guessing there's a certain place, yeah, so that's it. I don't think you can choose where you place them, you just literally fill it up. Okay, let's grab that one. See, I'm glad I didn't buy 15 boxes of goodies now. I don't think there's any sort of best before date on them. So I guess once they're on board, they'll be fine. Yeah, so we place our... They look alright. Making me hungry now. I'm guessing also at the moment you can't set any price point on your boat. I don't think it goes into that much detail. And we give them cinnamon rolls, which I think go in the last case. Having said that, I probably should have gone and got a mission first, because if there's no passenger missions, this stuff's just going to sit around. There's the cinnamon buns, and if I wanted to, I'm guessing I could put the other stuff in storage down there. I'd just put the boxes on the shelf if there's extra stock. So let's go. We'll get a mission. We'll hire a crew member. Okay, we'll hire. We'll assign them to the boat. And then mission, quick passenger transport mission. That's a nice short one. That should be fine. We'll see how that goes. So we've got 3 passengers, and again I think we have to pick them up individually. I have to assign the crew, I believe. We still have to assign... I've still got my other 2 from the other boat. So we go crew chart, there we go, and so what we do is we drag them to the kiosk. In fact, what I'll do, let's just put them resting for a minute. I want to do some serving first if I can. Prepare bait for fishing with long line. It says kiosk. Okay. Right, let's go grab our passengers and we'll get this thing underway. So I don't know if you folks watching this, how many of you actually have this game, or how many of you have Seafarer, or if you have both. I mean, what? You want to come on my boat and yet I have to walk and hold your hand? Come on, man. Come on, man. Well, This might be a shorter video than I planned. So it says follow in. Oh, here he comes. Come on. How far do I get? 50 foot. Yeah, they have to improve this. They have to improve this. What I will do is I will jump ahead on the video because you do not want to watch me slowly nursemaid my passengers on board this boat. No, he's not gone. Okay. Right, everyone is aboard. So what I'm going to do just before we go, I'm just going to see if anyone wants a snack. I don't know if it will tell you. It says waiting for buyer. So here comes someone. Will he purchase something? Yes, sir. What do you want? I don't understand. Except order for grape soda. Okay. Done that. Do I now need to get him a grape soda? I don't know what you want, sir. I'm trying to get you the grape soda, but I can't get it out. Do I have to open the fridge? Still wait. Okay. Oh, accept buyer order for cinnamon roll. Hold on. Oh, so it vanished. I've just saw it vanish. Okay. So what do you want me to do now? He's just standing. Okay, he's gone. So, okay. It looks like you just click the accept for different things and they'll do it. Right, we're going to get underway. But before I do that, my crew member can run that kiosk for sure. There you go. Get in there. I don't know if I have to drag the task over. I will just in case. And they can bait the long lines when they find them anyway. Okay, we'll get underway and see what happens if that crew member moves back down. Let's see what the physics of this thing are like. So this all looks fairly samey. So, unmoor. And then... So this boat, if you remember, always had the problem that it would do nothing then shoot forward. Well, that does look like a big improvement. That's much smoother, so that is definitely working. I'm just, yeah, I've still got my jagged graphical effects. Bring the rudder over, that still works. So the boat does have a rudder. It looks like this one's equipped with bow thrusters as well. And some of the buildings. I think there's some roads there, perhaps I haven't noticed before. I can see some people. Yeah, I can see this becoming a much bigger harbour, although I would think the bigger harbour area should be at the front. The bigger ships should be coming in and mooring up at the front. They wouldn't go so far into the harbour. I might be wrong. Okay, so where are we going? Vedoya, let's just check our map. There it is. I don't think I'll bother. I know roughly where I'm going. South. We'll open her up. That shouldn't take too long. I will skip ahead a little bit. Still a bit of juddering going on. I can't see my crew. Oh no, yes, my crew member is there. You can just see her through the window. Waiting to receive order, but passengers all look like they're outside. I'm not sure this is an authorised area for them to be in. I don't think you should be on the upper deck. I'm not sure. There's stairs up here. Just yeah, if it's just a ladder up here, you definitely should. Oh no, there's a stairway. Fair enough. If you're up here, I guess you're allowed to be up there. Okay, we'll skip forward quickly, and we'll have a look at the next port. Oh, so I can become a seller. Doesn't look too impressed. We've sold a few sandwiches though. I wonder if there'd be a place where we can actually see the sort of sales we've got, so we can work out what's a good seller, what isn't. Anyway, let's zoom in. Might struggle a bit here because I can't zoom in until my boat is over it, so we'll have to get closer. Yeah, the map's going crazy. Okay, so we'll just hold this. Just got to find where the port is. There it is, over there. So I see how easy it is to dock this boat. Okay, just gave it a little bit of a knock, but let's just come forward. Ah, I just did it and then it knocked me off. I pressed T and it I pressed T again. That's annoying. Okay, so let's just... That was my fault. I can't blame the game for that. No, we need to go this way. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. I mean, what would be useful if you had slow down, slow down, slow down. I'm gonna bounce into that again. Yeah, what would be useful is if maybe you could just moor on the front and then it would pull in on the back, because you've got to just get one line on at the moment. Yeah, I've missed it again. So I have to sort of overshoot and reverse because I don't have rear bow thrusters. It'll only push the nose in, so I'm absolutely destroying my boat. So if I'm going to reverse, But that's kind of what I want to do. Just trying to work out in my head which way do I want to. Yeah, I think I go that way. Yeah, that's one I want. So I should just scrape in, probably do me another couple of % damage. That's it, so I should be able to get in there. Come on, cut speed. Yeah, I've got it. Okay, so got there in the end. Right, and I think all we do is we just tell them to basically get off my boat. So are they all up on that upper deck at the moment? Yeah, so we say welcome bed. Yeah, done, done. And where's the last person? I really don't think they should be there. So done, received, next speed. So the boat definitely feels better. It still gets thrown around in the sea a bit too much. It acts more like a jet ski, but certainly the throttling is much smoother. It's not the all or nothing anymore. So you see this maritime service, just a very small door, but you still got passenger transport missions we could probably go. Will it tell you where they're going to? Yeah. But the actual kiosks seems to work once I understood it. Passengers, the only thing I want is they need some sort of small building, a passenger terminal with a gate, and when you walk up to the gate you click the gate, which basically lets all the passengers board. You shouldn't have to have nursemaid every individual passenger onto your boat, because this thing's designed to take what, 12, 15 people easily. You don't want to be nursemaiding 15 people on board. Anyway, that's a quick look at version 08.4. I will probably come back to it when there's been a few hot fixes. We'll have a look at the fishing mechanism again. I haven't long line fished for a while, and maybe have a look at the cargo, see how that goes. If you've got any comments or any views on this, as always, I appreciate them. I read every comment you write. It's always appreciated. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.